Hey everyone, my name is Candis Dyer and this is Canna Corner. We broadcast live from my Candis Dyer Facebook page every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And then it gets replayed on KM 420 radio on Sundays at 2. We wanted to give a big shout out to KM 420 radio for making all of this possible. They're a sponsor of Canna Corner along with Roach and Bud. We love him. Thank you, Roach and Bud. Go Green Botanicals is another one of our sponsors, as well as the Wendy Love Edge Show. Y'all go check her out too. We couldn't do any of this without y'all. Y'all support us so much, and we love to be able to support y'all. We've been working with KM 420 radio for a while now, and now we're doing some revamping. So the radio show is down for a minute, but we will be getting back live November 11th. And we got a few changes for y'all, so stay tuned to that. And you know, I told you a couple weeks ago, I think, last time I did Canna Corner, that we were going to be doing a lot of new indie artist showcase and giveaways and stuff like that. So we're getting all revamped and under construction, and we will be right back at it November 11th. Oh, November 1st. Sorry. Thank you, Farah. November 1st, back at it. So y'all make sure you stay tuned. And then on November 5th, we have the Psychedelic Conference. KM 420 will be there. So will Roach and Bud. And we'll have a booth set up and maybe be doing some interviews. And they will be played on KM 420 radio later. I will be sending them into Farah. So any of the interviews that we do at the Psychedelic Conference with all the people over there, we will be playing live on our station. Love you too. Brandy, big shout out to Brandy and Trisha and Farah. Y'all been working so hard to get this revamp done. Brandy is amazing. She does our website and she does all of our logos and like our face thingy. Like, she's badass. She does a lot of great work. And I hear that she also does it for other people. So if y'all ever need a website worked on or a logo made, she's really good prices and she works great. I'm telling you, she did my Canna Corner logo. And she didn't just do one, she did like 5 for me to choose from. It was very good priced, and she had it to me that day. Like, it was done like that. So she's kick-ass. She will get the job done, and she will get it done sufficiently and perfect. We love Brandy. Yes, graphics. That's the word. You can find her. She is an amazing artist. She is a singer, and you can find her on YouTube, Brandy Patrice. You can find her on Facebook. And yeah, she does cookies. She does so much. She's so great. Her cookies are amazing too. Y'all got to go try them. BrandyPatrice.com. Thank you, Farah. So I wanted to tell y'all about this weekend. We had an amazing time. Jason, Andrea got to experience the protest, walk in with everybody, and she loved it. She was so excited to be able to do that. And I was excited to be able to teach her what it takes to make change and to show her, you know, how we do things, how we get out there and we spread the word. And she's very shy, but she's learning. She's watching her mom, and she's really interested in being able to get involved later. So that makes me very happy. I love my daughter. So anyway, they had a great time. We got some amazing footage. So if y'all haven't seen it yet, we took a lot of pictures. We took a lot of videos. You can check that out on KM 420 Radio. We went live from there. You go check that out on Facebook and Instagram. And then my Candis Dyer Facebook page, of course, and Canna Corner News and Events. Those are all pages that you should follow so that you can stay updated on all the amazing things that we got going on. So I got this amazing, I wanted to show y'all a few things from the Texas a marijuana march freedom festival that we went to. This is a little nug necklace. I don't know if y'all can see it. It looks like a bud. We got that for Jason. And then I've got a little circle, like about almost the size of this, maybe a little smaller, little glass necklace pendant, and it has like a pot leaf in it, but they were sold out. So she was so amazing, and she let me prepay, and they are vulgar display of crafting at gmail.com. You can find them on Instagram. They have amazing different necklaces, t-shirts, cups, all kinds of stuff, and they were really nice. And so yeah, y'all go check them out on Instagram. They did a fantastic job at the march, and they have amazing stuff. So y'all go look at them. Also, as y'all know, I was helping Dreadhead Chef at the table, and not only did he give me some amazing caramels that he does that I love, but he also gave me some dessert salsa to take home, 2 jars of it. I love this stuff, y'all. If you haven't heard me talk about it, trying to get the camera. Okay, there we go. If you haven't heard me talk about it yet, this is so good. If you're anything like me, you can't remember to take your drops of CBD unless I got Farrah with me. And then she's like, take your CBD, take your CBD. And I'm like, I like that. But when I'm at home, it's just like something that I don't think about. But when you get it in your dessert, like at night, I always normally have like cottage cheese and peaches or yogurt and fruit or something, ice cream. You could have ice cream. This would go great on all of that. And I can get my dose of CBD, and it tastes so good. I'm talking fruit chunks in there, y'all, like chunks. And he's a chef, and he packages everything, and man, he does it all himself. So you know what you're getting. You can read all the ingredients that's in there: strawberries, mango, sugar, honey, lime juice, brown sugar, basil, broad spectrum hemp powder, CBD isolate. Like there's no names you can't read, you know, those names that you can never read. Like what in the world is bendodiazepate or whatever? That probably isn't even a word, but I just made it up. But you know what I mean? There's all natural products, and he does amazing caramels. He has tincture. Actually, his tincture won like 2nd place in the hemp award thing last year. So he's really, really good. Y'all go check him out at Dreadhead Chef on Instagram and on Facebook. You can find him. He did a great job. We were all out there. I had so much fun. His wife had a concert to go to, so he like hit me up, and he's like, do you know anybody who's going to be in the Fort Worth area at the march? Because I double booked, and Robin wants to go to this concert. And I was like, well, I'm going to be there. Heck yeah, I'll help. So he let me have a little piece of the table to set up for our KM 420 radio booth. And I got to sit with him all day, and he's amazing. He's a great guy. Big shout out to Dreadhead Chef. And then Pothead showed up at the march, man. I got to high five him a bit, and I got to see Troy, and I got to see Amanda Hughes Munson. If y'all don't know her, she's with higher education in Texas. She's an amazing lady, and she makes so many products. You just got to go check her Facebook page out. And then we got David Bass. He was there. You know, y'all know I love him. He's Texas Veterans for Medical Marijuana, and he's working really hard to change the mind of the Republican Party about cannabis. And then one of my friends, Michael, the lawyer, showed up, and he wants to work with David on that stuff. So big things coming. That's something we need, y'all, because you got a lot of church people that need their minds changed about it. And you got a lot of the Republican Party that need your minds changed about it. So they're going to be working really hard at that. Mark Tippett's booth was out there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Mark, but I'm going to brag on him a bit, because if y'all have been following me since the COCW days, you would know that this man, he was running for governor then too. Libertarian Party. He's a great guy. Like, okay, so a lot of these people they just want, you know, what they want. They want their, you know, politicians. But I'll tell you one thing. This man got out there with us when we were in cannabis open carry walks. We had our signs and flags, and we were out there on the street protesting, yelling free the weed in our free the weed shirts. And he was right there with us, holding up a sign, yelling free the weed right along with us. So I do have to give him some major props. Mark Tippett for governor. He is running again, Libertarian Party, y'all. Kick ass. Love him. Okay, upcoming events. We're not going to be having any, I wanted to let y'all know, we're going to be doing a little things different. I'm not going to be like chasing people anymore for interviews. Like, I think I've made it clear what I do. So if anybody wants an interview, contact me. And so I will be doing interviews when people contact me and say, hey, I want to do an interview. But I'll also be doing shorter little segments like this, talking about the events, talking about things going on in Texas, talking about who we need to vote for, maybe doing some rants about what I think is wrong with our government and what we need to do to change it, things like that, doing a little revamping of Canna Corner. So I'm still doing interviews, but hit me up at Canna Corner 20@gmail.com or on Facebook or on the Candis Dyer Facebook page if you want to do an interview. I'd love to get you scheduled. Speaking of, on the 11th, right? The 11th? No, the 17th. On the 17th, we have a comedian. I'm really excited. She seems really, really cool. Okay, I wrote all her stuff down. And what did I do with it? Okay. Maybe I got it mixed up. Huh. Okay, so that's easy. We'll just do this. Her name is Dana Sibs. That's DANITSIBS. And you can find her on Instagram. She's a comedian and she does a show called The Hot Box. And she's going to be coming on next week. She's going to be talking to y'all about what she does and why she fights for the cannabis community. And she's going to be talking about how she's going to be on our Sunday lineup coming up. On our educational part of the Sunday lineup, the Hot Box. So that'll be like our newest show. We do Canna Corner at 2. We do Seth, Walk a Mile with Seth. We have Brandy Patrice Hour. Like, we have several educational shows. When You Love Edge, I believe. Several shows played on Sunday, and it's called our educational day for cannabis. And then we also do indie artists. So if you are wanting to be played on our station, you can send it into, I know Farah just told me this. I know it's submissions, but I always forget. KM420 radio submissions. I don't know why I can't ever remember that, at gmail.com. So if you are an indie artist and you are wanting to get heard and you want to be on our radio station, it costs nothing. We charge nothing. We don't ask for money. We want to get you heard. A lot of these indie artists like Brandy Patrice, badass, no reason why they shouldn't be played on the radio, but they don't have the money. And so we want to get them heard and get them popular and up and going without the money, because it's hard for these artists getting started up, and they're just as good as all those others, if not better, but they're just not being heard. So we want to get them heard. So if you would like to be on the station, you can go again to KM420 submissions at gmail.com and send MP3 format of like 3 or 4 songs, your favorite songs, to Brandy, and we might be able to play it on the radio. Next event coming up is our psychedelic conference, y'all. I'm so excited about this. Consciousness and Psychedelics Conference. You can find that on Instagram and you can find it on Facebook. It's going to be November 5th at Arlington, Texas Music Hall. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun. We were there before. A couple years ago, I had a booth set up, and Roach and Bud and everything is going to be there, and it's just going to be great. So I know Russell Longhammer is going to be a speaker there. There's just going to be all kinds of great stuff going on. So you don't want to miss that. Consciousness and Psychedelic Conference, November 5th, Arlington, Texas. Jess is putting that on, and she is doing an amazing job. And I'm trying to think. Oh, look. Another event. They came to our booth at the convention this weekend, or at the festival this weekend. Trying to get back to the page so I can see y'all's comments. There we go. Okay. Texas Hemp Summit presented by Texas Hemp Coalition, November 11th and 12th. Texas A&M University is where it's going to be at. And you can find out more information about this at www.texashempcoalition.org/summit. So they came to our booth and they were like, hey, would you set this out? And I was like, I can do more than that. I'll talk about it on Canna Corner and let them know it's coming up. So speaking of, if you are a cannabis group and you are having an event going on, and it don't even have to be in Texas, but any event around, you can hit me up and we can advertise that for you. We also, we don't ask for money, but you can donate at any time to KM 420 Radio. We also do commercials, like if you put in like a little voice commercial MP3, you send us like, hey, it's the Texas Hemp Summit at Texas Hemp Coalition coming up November, whatever, a little commercial. We will put it in there for you. And if you like what we do, you can send us a donation. Go to km420radio.com and you can find out how to do that. Hell yeah, y'all. So I think that's about it. I was going to rant about my ticket. I'm so mad, y'all. Okay, so I got a ticket, and this is like the second time something like this is happening. This is why it's making me mad. Before, when me and Jason were coming home, and you know we had the free the weed stickers on the back of our car. Yeah, we got a Target, whatever. Well, me and Jason were coming home and we were just talking, and this crazy lady just pulls up and she comes around. I don't know if the weed stickers, it's the cops the weed stickers matter for, not this lady, but I don't know what her deal was that day. But she comes around, she comes right up to our side and tries to hit us. Jason swerves, we get in this lane. We're just trying to stay away from this crazy lady at this point, and we're like, okay, well maybe it was an accident. She gets in front of us, in front of our car, slams on her brakes, and we avoid that. And we get in the next lane and we're like, what the fuck? And she's driving right up to us, trying to hit the side of us, like waving her hands and being all bitchy. And anyway, this lady chases us for all the way through Joshua. And then you get to a right-hand turning lane where you have to turn this way. She goes off into that after trying to continue to hit us, and several times got in front of us and slammed on her brakes. Like this, I don't know how we avoided contact up until this point. It was like amazing. But then she goes to turn right, and we're like, thank God she's going that way. We're going to get rid of this lady, right? No, she's in a turning right only lane, acts like she's going to turn, and we're going straight, and she comes and hits our car, hits our vehicle. And we pull over to the side. She keeps going. I get on the phone. I call 911. We not chasing her fastly, but staying on her, calling 911, talking to them, telling them what this lady did. We end up in Cleburne, and finally the cops go to pull her over, and she stops. All the cops come around our car. This lady tried to hit us. I called 911. All the cops come around our car, leave her about 20, 30 feet on the other side of the parking lot. She's obviously drunk or on drugs or something. This lady was crazy. They didn't breathalyze her, didn't check for any of that. Left her sitting over there. She could have been doing whatever in the car, and was like 5 cars on us. And we tell the officer what that happened. He said, she stopped for us, so it wasn't a hit and run, is what he said. And we're like, okay. He didn't even write a police report for this. We went to the chief of police. We were like, what the hell? You know, we can't claim this on our insurance because y'all didn't even write up a police report. And Cleburne said it happened in Joshua because it started there. And Joshua said it happened in Cleburne. And it was just this big old mess. And we had to pay for, to get video cam. And we were going to they were making it impossible. So we were like, whatever. We bit it. We ate it. We said, this isn't right, but it sucks. Okay, so a couple months later, ticket time. This is where I'm getting at. It was my fault. The mat in our car pushed up underneath the brake, and when I went to hit the brake to stop, it wasn't stopping. I hit it twice, and it didn't stop. And I ended up hitting the back of this car. We were at a stoplight. I was slow, like it wasn't a big, huge wreck. Nobody was hurt, but it was my fault. And I totally admitted that. I had insurance. I had all that, right? So we call the cops to come out. The cop comes up to me. I tell him, I don't know what happened. My brakes failed. I'm so sorry. Here's my insurance. Here's my driver's license. I was totally cool. He was like, okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. And he goes and sits in his car. Okay. And I'm sitting there, and the dude I hit was cool. He let me sit in his truck. We were talking. I told him I was so sorry. You know, that's what insurance for. This is an accident. We weren't blocking any way. I was in a parking lot area. He was out of traffic, so we weren't blocking traffic. The guy at the store was like, is everybody okay? I'll have a tow truck here in just a minute to come get my car. You know, everything's fine. Thank you. So he wasn't bitching that our car was in the parking lot. 5 minutes after that cop goes and sits in his car, a tow truck pulls up. And I'm like, weird. Because I'm waiting. I got my husband on the phone. He's talking to our insurance. We're figuring out how to get a tow truck there to come get my car and take it to his dad's house. And a tow truck pulls up. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm thinking maybe it's for the truck, but the truck wasn't damaged that much. My car was damaged, but his was good. Like there was a dent in the back. And I'm like, well, why would they be towing it? Well, I don't know. But so he starts pulling up to my car, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. And I get between my car and his tow truck, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm towing your vehicle. And I said, no, you can't tow my vehicle. I said, I didn't call you. He said, the cop did. And I'm like, okay, why would the cop call the tow? Like, I didn't understand. And I'd never been in nothing like this before. I haven't been in a wreck. I don't get tickets. I got like one unmoving violation ticket. No, it wasn't a move violation. It was like your brake light out or something. Anyway, so I had never had this happen before. I didn't know how it worked, but I'm on the phone with Jason. He's trying to get a tow truck. The cop's still in the car. He's not telling me anything. And I'm telling this tow truck driver, you're not hooking up to my car. I didn't call you. Because I do know enough that my insurance has to call the tow people or they're not going to pay. And I didn't want what happened last time, me not being able to use the insurance I pay for every fucking month, so that I don't have this issue. We pay for towing. We pay for all of that. So I should have been able to use my insurance. And so I go to the police officer and I'm like, what is he doing? He's towing my vehicle. I don't understand. And he was like, yes, he's towing your vehicle and he's taking it. And I called him. And I'm like, but my insurance won't cover it. I need to call the tow truck driver. And he's like, well, this guy's already here. And so I'm on the phone with my husband and I'm like, hey, he's making me use this. And I'm like, but my insurance won't pay for it. He goes, your insurance will pay for it. The tow truck driver told me that my insurance would pay for it. And then I asked him, well, where are you taking my car? He says the impound. I'm like, okay. I was like, why are you taking my car to the impound? This was an accident. I'm not drunk, like nothing bad. I don't understand why my car is getting put in impound. I should be able to call a tow truck driver and just take it to my house, right? Why is it getting impounded? This is your fault. You caused this, blah, 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 tried to bully me. And Jason at this point is like, just let him take the car. I should have never let him take it. I should have let him take me to jail because what they were doing was wrong. Jason later goes, they take it to the impound. They make us pay a towing. Our insurance won't cover because it's not that tow truck, which we knew. And we told the cop, and he has told me on his video camera, that both of them told me my insurance would cover it. And then puts it in impound. So that's $500-$600 we got to pay now to get this car out of impound. And we go to the chief of police and we talk to him and we're like, what was going on? He says it was too high. And he proceeds to give us these papers, right? It's a complaint process and procedures for police dispatch record service. It literally says if my car's not in the way, if I'm not disrupting the traffic, the flow of traffic, that they're not supposed to take my vehicle. It says that they're supposed to let me call a wrecker, and they didn't let me do any of this. Long story short, I am fighting this. I'll probably lose. I don't care. This is the second time that Cleveland Police Department has not let me use my insurance and has made us pay out of our own pocket. And this is not just happening to us. I'm sure it's happening to other people. And man, I'm telling you, it's crazy. But anyway, I am going to a jury trial. I'm not sure when the date is going to be yet, but I will keep y'all updated. But if there's anybody in the Cleveland area that this stuff is happening to, hit me up and let me know, because this isn't right. We could have lost everything. Luckily, we have a father-in-law that gave us a fucking car. We would have lost everything. I didn't have $600 to pay to get my car out of impound. And then we have a loan on it. So it's hooked to my house. So we had to get it out of impound or I was going to lose my house. So, okay, this happened to us. We were blessed. We didn't lose our house. We got our car. But what about the person that didn't have somebody to give their car? They could have lost everything because it was too hot in the state of Texas to wait for my tow truck to pull up. And why wouldn't you even if you were going to make that tow truck do it, why take it to impound? Tags, everything were right on it. It was an accident. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was drunk. No major damage to that car, mine, and I have insurance. So I don't understand. I think maybe Rick's Towing and Cleveland Police Department might have some kind of money thing going on, because I'm telling you what, there's been several cars pulled over and guess who's towing the vehicle? It says in their own paperwork, they're supposed to have a rotation list of who they call. So I wonder who else is on that rotation list. Anyway, this is just wrong, y'all. This is Johnson County stuff going on that's not right. And we pay for insurance. We should be allowed to use it. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I hope it didn't bore y'all too much. No, I get mad, y'all. Like, we do everything right. You do what you're supposed to, but then I don't know. It's just not right. And when I see things that aren't right, I have to speak up. And so that's what I'm doing. Hi, Anna. How are you doing, love? Just speaking out and let y'all know the corruption is out there. And yes, it may be because I have a Free the Weed sticker on the back of my car. It may be because we were at CPS and the chief of police at that time told us that we weren't allowed to be there and we were going to be arrested if we didn't leave. And then called us 10 minutes later apologizing, saying she was wrong. So, yeah. But I'd like to know if it's happening to other people. If it's just happening to me, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I chose this. I chose to speak up, and regardless of whether or not these cops out here want to fuck with me or not, they told me, you don't like the law, change it. So that's what I'm trying to do. And now I'm getting flack because I stand out in front of Burleson Police Department with signs and flags saying that cannabis is medicine. Maybe I got a target on my back. Maybe that's what's going on with Cleveland Police Department. But I know the chief of police saying that it's too hot in Texas. That was his excuse why he didn't want to wait around for a tow truck. And even then, why take it to an impound? Crazy. Hey, Brian, how are you doing? But hell yeah, y'all. That's the end of today's show. I'm going to try to keep these shorter than an hour. I know everybody has a lot going on Mondays. I just wanted to do this on Mondays because I know Monday can be a drag day for people. And I want to help make people smile on Mondays when they're done. So y'all have a wonderful night. And I will see y'all next Monday with a special comedian guest from the Hot Box. I can't wait. See y'all later. Peace.